Hello, welcome to my video of Tomb Raider 2 Glitchless tutorial. Today it's gonna be about 40 fathoms. This is gonna be super technical in the end, but in the start you'll see it's really easy. So let's go. First you wanna swim to the right and follow the barrels as they've intended, because you have to. So first part of this level will be only swimming, so there won't be too much to talk about. For the road you will see that both roads are the same because we won't pick up anything in this level, so that's something you need to know, and it's just a difference in meds with experience and etc. So if you're crazy you can do the second part breathless and lose half health, but for both routes I recommend taking a break here to be sure, because you basically lose one med and one small and you really need those meds. It saved like maybe 4 or 5 seconds max, so this is not a place where you want to lose a med in RTA for that. Anyway, you pull that lever here, you go here. I'm not explaining too much because you're supposed to know. And you emerge here and climb, and you're gonna do the first trick, if you can call it like that. So there's two ways of doing it. I recommend climbing on the left of a square, because if you are here it will make the next jumps a bit harder. So there's two ways of doing this part. You can do they are both the same time. So first one is this one. Just grab and climb. So you just jump once, 1, 2, 3, and you're good. You curve slightly left and it will work. Like this. So this is pretty easy, so I'm not going to enter into more details. Just don't curve too much left, obviously, because that will happen. And don't curve, and you need to curve enough, because if you don't, that will happen. But overall it should be fine. So you just 1, 2, 3, curve slightly and do it. You don't want to curve early, you want to curve late to be sure that you don't hit the ceiling. And the second way is that way. So this is probably safer way. So if you want to do it. It's pretty easy. You just standing jump, roll, side flip right, roll and go forward. And you could. So this is the same time, and that's it. Just need to be careful not being too much right, as I said, because if you do it, that will happen, and you don't want that, so you will need to side flip one more time. So adjust it. So whatever you do, you're gonna keep going, not passing too much time on that because it's really easy. The next part will be much more interesting. So you want to drop here on this square, because any of the other square will be a time loss and a health loss too. So the way to do it is simple. You just go slightly diagonal and you're good. You slightly diagonal. I'm not gonna kill these guys to show you. So you're not supposed to kill this guy, I'm just doing it to show you. So you want to go diagonal like this, basically. You want to have this position and this angle to have the best position to get the next sequence. You don't do it from here because that will happen, for example, and you don't want that. So you do it from the left square of a trapdoor to the right square of a trapdoor, basically. Because you can see there is a big trapdoor of 4 tile. And so that's it. You from the left to the right, and you're good to do the next sequence. So in case you fall, I'm gonna show you. Let's say that happens. So you want to avoid those guys, obviously, but you don't want to climb again on this because this is pretty long, and there is a shotgun guy plus that guy. So you don't want to come back on this platform, because that will be a waste of effort or RNG and etc. So what you want to do is, so let's say you fall or whatever. So you run around this guy to avoid getting hit. You go here. And you go to the left of the square. And you press jump. You don't press action and forward because Lara won't climb. You press jump and you grab. And then you climb and you are in the situation to do this recovery. And then you step back and you do the jump. I'm going to show you the best sequence for this right after it. So the reason you can't press action and forward there, I'm not going to do a jump, I'm just going to show you recovery. So if you, the reason is on where you want to go, there is a slope. And because there is a slope, Lara won't climb up pressing action. If there is a slope on top of the platform, you won't be able to climb pressing action. You will have to press the jump button. So that's why you need to do it. Also, you want to be on the left, because if you're on the right, I'm gonna kill that guy. If you're on the right, you won't be able to climb because it will be too high, as you can see. So that's basically it. So that's the recovery. And the sequence itself is this one. It looks super cool and it's pretty easy. Oops, maybe failing. Yeah, because I didn't jump immediately. I'm gonna do it again. So this is this sequence. So this sequence is really easy. So once you rolled, I'm gonna save you to not redo that again. You wanna jump, aim at this spot, instantly you hold right and forward, you hold forward, sorry, during the second jump to the second slope. And right after it, you just do a back twist on, you do running jump. There's a couple of things you need to know. First thing is, if you jump too early, that can happen. Well, if you curve wrong, that can happen. And if you don't jump soon enough, that will happen to... that didn't happen, but she can get a weird animation where she doesn't land on the thing. She didn't here, but whatever. If you jump too early, that will happen. So you need to delay slightly your jump. Like you can't just go like this, because you won't make it. You need to jump late. You need to jump in the diagonal at the... You don't need to amen. You just need to get it, but you can't jump too early. That's what I meant. I know I said it like 4 or 5 times, but it doesn't matter. So you curve there. So where you want to aim at is... You want to aim... Oops. You want to aim here. You want to aim at this dark spot where it's not dark, it's darker blue, but whatever. Or is it black, doesn't matter. But you want to aim at that. And once you're on it, so here, because I held tab, I couldn't do it, but when you are on it, you hold, you jump, of course, and you hold forward and grab, forward, and you're gonna press jump and twist immediately to jump, twist immediately, and it will be in the right spot. You need to do that because if you wait, oops, if you wait, oops, I didn't wait. If you wait, you're going to be in that spot and you won't be able to do the jump, and you will need to stop and set it up. Oops, I don't know why I did that. Also, if you press all the buttons, like, because you're gonna have to switch from right forward to jump and roll. If you keep pressing right and forward when you press jump and roll, what's going to happen is Lara won't jump at the second slope like it just happened. So that's something important. You need to switch buttons. You you need to, oops, I forgot to jump. You need to switch buttons or she won't make the jump. So here my position is really bad, so that's why she's falling, but she should be a bit backward from it. So you need to switch if you want her to jump. If you keep pressing the buttons, because there is too many keys or something, she won't jump. And that's basically it for the sequence. And you grab here. And then you do standing jump and you do running jumps until the fireplace. So once you're close to the fire from this spot, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you jump, do one running jump and aim at the lever. So you're gonna tank damage with one large, and you're gonna be half or something. So the reason I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oops, is because if you jump too early, you will get sent on fire. That can happen, but also you can be sent on fire earlier. Like if I do immediately another running jump, oops, if I do immediately another running jump, I will fall in the fire here, so I will lose more damage pulling the lever and etc. because I will be on fire earlier. So then you go here, use a large, and you will be half health going in the water. So if you miss the lever, it will be panic, but you will have to recover it somehow. So this is basically everything you need to know. So you want to take the med at the last time, obviously, to save a bit health. And you're going to do this sudden last water part. Well, it's not the last one, but it's the last one where you need to do things. Pull both lever and go back up, so nothing to say about that. And the interesting part of the tutorial is coming right now, because the next part is super technical. So in terms of meds for this level, when you start, 2 large should be enough, sometimes 2.5 depending on the RNG. And for the hard roads, 1.5 is a dream, but 2 large can make the job too. So save here. So this is the sequence you want to do. So this looks easy, but it's not that easy. So you need to get the right angle, because if you don't get angle to the right, that can happen. And this is basically a rip run, because you will lose 1 minute at least doing the intended way. So if you're not confident about that drop, just save before it, so you don't lose a run or that. So you just go diagonally like this, and you will make it. So you don't want to be too much diagonally, because if you too much, that will happen too, like this. Or yeah, that can happen too. And if you use soul and hit the ceiling like I just did, you will be pushed backward, and you will fall on the slope instead of going forward. So you will, oh nice, I didn't die. You will land on the slope instead and be in the same situation where you lost 1 minute. So just be careful. You want to be from the left a bit, not completely left, right here. And you want to drop this diagonal, basically. And you will make it. So here, as you can see, even if Lara didn't have a lot of momentum forward, because I was really close to the edge, it still worked. But if you have momentum, that will always work like this. And if you can do it from here to be safer. As you can see, this is slightly safer, but it gives you less time to activate a running jump. And if the running jump, if you activate your running jump too late, that will happen. You won't be able to grab, and you will stumble here, and then you will lose 10 seconds having to get the right position again, and etc., doing things like this. So you want to be careful about that. So that's why personally I go from the far left. So here I missed it, but whatever. I go from the far left to have a time to get my running jump and grab. So you want to try to grab on the left. You don't want to try to grab here because you want to have more time to activate your action animation. You don't have to do a running jump. This is the hard way of doing it, what I just showed. The easy way is just you do the same thing, except you hold the walk going to the edge, and you just do a stunning jump and do it. So this is slightly slower, obviously, but this is safer. So when you start, I recommend doing that one. And if you want to optimize, I recommend doing this one, because this one is really easy time saver if you practice a bit. So whatever you do, you climb and you pull the next lever. And there's going to be two ways of doing the next part. One really easy and what's not super hard, but actually it's really technical when you learn it. So first the easy one. So the easy one is this one. You're going to go here. And you're going to keep going this way and fall down here. So this is easy way. What did I do? So there is nothing to talk about it. So you just drop down, roll. You be careful not dropping down like I just did, because you will lose health. So you want to drop down basically here, a bit diagonally, so you slide the right way, and you do a running jump here and keep going. And if you want, you can use a flare for this. It's not written on the sheet, so add it and remove one somewhere if you don't. So you can just drop down the same way, get a flare cancel and do a running jump here. That's probably a good flare if you do this strat. So there is nothing much to talk about. Let's go for the hard way now. This is gonna take much more time to explain, so this is not, I missed it here. Okay, so this is what you want. Like this, okay. That was super close actually. I wasn't sure I was gonna get it, but this is what you want. So I'm gonna show you my sequence, and because this is the only one I know to make it consistent, I'm just gonna explain this one. I will explain basically what's supposed to happen, but that's it. So basically you want to jump roughly from this spot, maybe a bit before that actually. And you want to aim at this corner here. So you want to aim at this corner, certain angle. You don't want to aim at right or you will stumble, or you don't want to go left or you will slide down the slope. But what you have to know is if you miss it, what will happen is that you will stumble or slide on the slope, and you will slide on this slope so you can get the easy sequence. So if you know how to do this jump, just try it. It's worst case that can happen is you will get the easy sequence. So you don't lose basically anything. So that's cool if you can get the jump. So what I do is I curve a bit left and I count 3 jump, and then I count 3 steps and I make the jump. So here my angle was bad, so it didn't work. But that's how I do it. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Here I jump 4 because I curved much. It depends on my curving. With a curving, I usually do like this one. I just count 1, 2, 3, and it works. But here, because I curved really much much left after the lever, I thought 4 would be enough. But if you get the right curving like I just do, you should be able to make it 3. So here, yeah, I jumped too early. But basically that's the way I do it, and I'm sorry about that jump. I can't give you much more explanation about a jumping sequence because every other jump in sequence I tried, I couldn't get it at all. So yeah, that jump is basically you want to either find your own way of doing it or don't do it. And then after you get the jump, you need to immediately do a running jump and curve right to the wall and land here. Because what happens is if you don't curve, I'm going to show you what will happen or what can happen. So if you don't curve, oh, yeah. Here I curved, I totally curved because I used to curve. Because you obviously don't want to die generally. I curved again. But as you can see, I land really close to the edge. So what will happen is if I don't curve like I just do, I will land in the hole directly and die from fall damage like this. For example, if you don't curve like this, that will happen. So you obviously don't want that, so that's why you go to the right wall to avoid that from happening. Oops, yeah, was too much left. So one last time. Of course, you say one last time and the game won't let you do it, but whatever. Also, you lose some health doing not that jump, but the next jump dropping. But as it saves 2 or 3 seconds at least, it's worth going for it. So you just need to be careful about your health. If you're already blinking, just use a med before doing that drop. You'll be fine. So whatever you do, you need to roll here. So depending if you're here, you will be in this direction. Then you will need to do a back twist to keep going. And if you're closer to the edge, that will happen. And you will just have to jump once. So depending how you roll and from where you roll, you will have those 2 possibilities. So you need to delay a bit your back twist, because if you do it instantly, you will stumble landing like this. So you need to delay a bit your jump. So you do a back twist and you do the next sequence. So this is that sequence. Oops, I missed it probably. No, okay, nice, I got it. So this is this. You can get it stumbleless, but because my position was really bad, I couldn't get high enough on the slope to get it. So there is a couple of ways doing this part. So you can just do it like this and you will keep running and get the lever. So what I do is I count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I jump at the right position of a slope and get it. So you can count 7 too, depending of where you want to jump, but the problem is you have to count step, because you can't do it blindly, because obviously you're not seeing the edge you're going. You can guess it, but you can't really see it. So this is a bit blind if you don't count your steps, and that can happen really easily. So if you want to get it, I recommend counting steps, because if you jump too early, you won't get the slope like I just did. So this is the best way is count a step, and my way is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I do it with 7 sometimes, depending if I jump if I jump soon or not from this slope. Just depend on that. So to get the stumbleless, you need to jump. I'm going to try to show you. It doesn't matter if I get it or not here. Oops, well, whatever. But basically you need to jump from this part of the slope. If you jump from here, you will need to grab to get it, because you will stumble if you don't. I'm going to show you after it. If you land here, you will get it, but you will stumble. And if you land here, you will get it and get stumbleless. So that's basically how it works. So as I said, if you're too low like this, oh, you still make it here for some reason. But yeah, that, like I said, if you land too low, that will happen. So I'm gonna show you a recovery after it. But yeah, so if you're not sure about your jump, what you can do is just, oops, you can do is just grab to be safe, because it's better than stumbling, obviously. So if you jump too high, you will stumble too. So just be careful. To get the stumble list, it's really precise. Precise stuff to aim at. Sorry, I didn't get it because I didn't jump soon enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh yeah, that's what I thought. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oops, yeah. Here I curved too much left, so I couldn't reach it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think. Oh my god. Can't get it anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And you get stumbleless here. And you keep going to the lever. So if you miss it, or something happens sometimes, if you go some way, that can happen. Exactly, that's exactly what I wanted to show you. So you will glitch like this. And if that happens, don't grab it. Just fall down and take the time loss, because that's definitely a glitch. And you don't want to have a glitch in your glitchless run, of course. So yeah. So if you miss it and you fall here, what you can do is just jump on this block, roll, and aim at the slope again. So basically you want to do a curve jump to the slope here. So you will curve and do a twist like this, and you will jump and make it. So this is the recovery. Oh, there is two recovery actually. I'm going to show you another one, but yeah. Jump on the block, roll, do a back twist. It's important to curve, because if you don't curve, you can miss the you will miss the slope like this. So you need to press right all the way. You jump like this to make it. So that's the recovery, and that's another recovery I'm going to show you. So that's if you miss the grabbing here. And if you miss the jump, like let's say you jump too late like this, you go here, and you grab here. So here, because I forgot to grab, it didn't work, but go here, jump and grab, and you will get it. But your sequence in the best of the world wouldn't look like this, obviously. But the best sequence looks like this one. Well, not this one, because you won't stumble less, but you got me. You pull the lever, you turn, you jump on count 3 step, 1, 2, 3, and then jump again to hit the ceiling and get the stumble less here. And then you jump here, go here, roll, and get this. So this spot is weird, because if you're here, you will be able to grab wherever you want, but if you need, when you jump from this spot, you need to aim at the left a bit of a square, because if you're here, you won't be able to grab it. Oh, okay, of course I get it, but there is some position on the right, for example here, maybe. No, okay, I'm sure there is. Give me a second. Okay, for some reason it works every time now, but if you're on the right, I swear, that's not a lie, but there are some positions where you can't get this grab. So you want to aim a bit on the left or in the middle of the block, and then jump diagonally and make it like this. So you want to aim on the left of the square here. You want to climb on the left of the square here, because there is a sequence like this you can do to directly do that. If you are not confident about that, you can just do manually, do like this and this and this, or even just do this also. That's a bit quicker. But the best strat in the perfect world is this one. So this is not too bad. You just do a back twist after turning pistol. And if you're on the left, you can just, you can still do the back twist thing, but it's much harder because there is much less space. So what I recommend is just turning and do that. So whatever you do, you curve here and you jump here. You jump here again with standing jump and you climb. So this is pretty easy. Not gonna enter into much detail. I'm gonna enter into much detail in the alternate sequence of that place, of the end of that place here, because this is much more technical. But this one is really easy. You just jump at the right time and you get it. So you just jump here, standing jump, you keep going and you climb. You can avoid the climbing and save 2 seconds. I'm gonna show you how. At least I'm gonna try to show you how. It's not gonna work. Oh, maybe, no, okay. Oh, okay, I can get it. Okay, this is it. So this is the strats you want to do if you want to avoid the climb. So how does that work? The way you do it is this one, is the side flip, because if you, so here I changed the angle so it didn't work, but basically how it works is you can't get it. You can't get in where you can get it from in front, but like if you try to do this, but it won't work because Lara isn't high enough to fit. Or that will happen too, and etc. Because you will be too close to the, you will be in the wrong spot. That's what I mean. And side flipping makes it easier because if you want to do it like this, you can do it obviously, but this is harder because you need a really precise position. Like you need this position, then turn manually, and then do that. And you're not sure of getting it. You're not sure of getting it without stumbling against the edge. And if you stumble against the edge, it's automatically 20-second time loss. So that's why you want to do the side flip version. So the side flip version is this one, is this position, and you will get it almost not every time. Well, almost every time. And if you don't get it, it means that you won't be able to make the jump. Like for example, here I won't get it probably. Yeah, like this. And I will just get stumble and lose 2 seconds instead of 20. So the best way of doing it is doing a side flip. So you want to aim at this spot when you land. So you don't want to be like this when you land because you won't get the right angle. You want to be like this. And then you jump forward, standing jump, and you hold walk and left. Oops, walk forward and left, sorry. Oops, okay, I'm gonna redo it. So obviously you hold walk just before landing because either you will do that and do a swan dive and it will be pointless. It will look funny though. So yeah, you land, and when you land you will see she slightly turn, and this turn is enough for you to side flip and get it. So you want to do this. So here I'm not sure. It's better to get this position and this angle, but yeah. Up you land, you side flip and you do it. So here it doesn't work because there is a timing of turning. Like if you turn too much, it won't work. You need to stop turning at a certain point, like this. Oh, damn it. So as you can see, this is pretty hard strat. So when you start, I recommend you to not do that strat at all, because this is a really technical one, and it saves only 2 seconds, so yeah. This is really if you want to optimize. Oops. And because this whole sequence is super hard, it's super easy to miss one thing. And as this is the hardest trick in the level, probably, You are likely to miss that one. Oh, come on, she doesn't want to do it anymore. I'm gonna try a couple of times and then pass on it because this is really a hard strat. Like the position needs to be right. Oops, side flip. Need to side flip right, not left. Side flip right, please. Up like this, yeah. So as you can see, this is really hard. So I'm just mentioning it and showing it how to do it, and then you decide if you want to practice it or not. But I don't recommend it unless you want to really optimize. So you pull that lever, go in the hole. So there is a couple of ways of doing it. This is the one I get, and you can flare console here. So this is the easiest sequence. You just turn, prepare your flare, do a standing jump, fall here, and keep going. Up, you roll here. So yeah, that's exactly what I was going to mention. If you turn too much right, like I just did, she will fall on the lower slope and you will lose more health. But if you fall on the right spots, you won't lose any health. Like this. And then if you're in this situation, you just back twist and keep going and do a flare console. So that's the easiest one. The other one is, I need to be actually, you need to pull the lever from the left. So if you pull the lever from the left, you can do this sequence, which is slightly faster. So this sequence is slightly faster, but it's harder because you also need to curve right like this. Because if you don't, you're going to take fall damages, or you will stumble, or both. Okay, so here I'm lucky, but if you're a bit more right when you pull the lever, you can fall on this square instead and lose health. So you have to be careful about that. But if you're on the very left and you curve a bit, you will be able to make that sequence easily. And do a flare console here. And then you do the sequence, so you do one running jump, second running jump, and a third one. Aim at this spot. Actually, that's not the spot I wanted to aim, but yeah. One running jump. Second running jump, you curve slightly and you do another running jump, or you will be able to keep running. For some reason, if you just do running jumps like this, you will stumble. So here I won't, but if you fall on a really lower part, if you get unlucky, okay, I didn't, but if you get unlucky, you can fall here exactly, and you will get a stumble. So you want to curve slightly here and there in order to make that not happen. And you jump here. So this is pretty easy. If you got trouble doing this jump, this one, just don't do it, because if you miss it, that can happen. Let's say you miss it. If you miss the hole, that can happen. And this is automatically 15-second time loss or something, because you need to go here, here. Well, not 15, but maybe 10. And go here again. So if you don't know how to do the jump I just showed you, just go here and climb like this, and you will be fine. Okay, so this sequence is easy, and this is the last one. So you're just gonna do running jumps now. You take a med now to be sure to make it. And you're gonna face the ambush, where there is not much to say about except that you need to pray. So the ambush is composed by one melee guy and one shotgun guy. And the shotgun guy is an issue because he can shoot you like a madman. You just pull the lever, side flip, and keep going and make it. So here it went well. But there is a lot of situation where it will just destroy you completely. Gotta try to get it. So as you can see, he's shooting pretty slow, but he's still doing half, half HP damage, so that's a lot. And obviously he doesn't want to do his fast shoot, but I'm pretty sure if you want to start speedrun, you've seen some, so you know what that guy is capable of. That guy can just stand in a position where he's shooting every half seconds and you're losing a lot on a lot of damage. And that's if you're unlucky, and you can't do anything about it. You really can't do anything against that thing. Because this is just purely RNG, depending on the spawn and etc. Like this. So that fast shooting can last much longer than it just did. So it can last for 5 seconds, and depending if you miss or not, you will be likely to get completely destroyed or not. So yeah, it's really RNG. And that's it for 40 atoms. So thanks a lot for watching. If you have a question, don't hesitate asking in the commentary, and see you next time.